Hey, this is me, Mr. J, the one and only MGTOW the Joker. So today, I'm back with another video. Definitely, I will. I was going to do an article on, cover the article on this female of 40 years old that was talking about cheating, but I figure that that's a little bit too too edgy, and it gets old. But there's another article that it's going on at this time, and they're talking about boys that are forced to stand up in assembly to apologize for rape committed by other men. So that it's what we're going to cover. I'm going to go ahead and give my own perspective, because since I am a father, therefore I think it's a good thing that I could come up with a perspective like that. And before we go into the video, check me on Instagram, check me on Twitter and Reddit, and don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this video started.
You can play that game because you are a joke. You're a joker.
All right, this article is by The Sun. Basically, The Sun is saying, disgusting fury of young boys forced to stand up in assembly and apologizing for rape committed by other men. I started to see these type of videos, these type of articles a little bit more often now, where these sort of things by the system, they're started like pushing it up. I don't think it would be a good idea, because you're basically putting some guilt on somebody who hasn't done anything. So this article was made by Miss Sarah Grealish on the 26th of March 2021, and basically it was talking about a school that has sparked outrage after forcing young boys to stand up in assembly and apologies for rapes committed by men. Instead of saying by other men or by rape, sorry about that, YouTube, but by other people who have committed crimes, hate crimes or something. This is something that needs to be discussed. I really think that when it comes to young kids, we need to get this discussion going, especially because these kids are our future in society. So if we don't discuss these things, where are we going to go to? What society we're going to have? So anyway, we continue on saying that Brauer College in Victoria, Australia held an assembly on Wednesday where boys were made to apologize to girls and women in a symbolic gesture. That is some sort of signaling, virtue signaling right there. So that it's not a good thing. You get kids confused. I bet you get girls confused by doing that thing. They're gonna like it, of course. But that is virtue signaling, and that's not a good thing. That public schools like that, they actually behave and act in that way. It says that Brauer College in Victoria, Australia held an assembly on Wednesday. The male students were forced to say sorry that women are raped and sexually assaulted, despite them never having committed such an act. That is unfair. That is very, very unfair. And like I said, that is virtual signaling for every man out there in the world. And they basically are making these boys sort of like an example or something. I don't know. I mean, that's not fair. It's not fair for the kids out there, for these kids. It says one parent of a 12-year-old boy in year 7, her son was left confused as to why this was happening. Daniel Shepard told 7 News. He said that he was made to stand up and basically apologize. It wasn't explained properly to the male student what they were doing and why they were doing it. So if you don't explain what are you going to do, and I don't think that you know, it's sort of like sneaking this agenda on the kids, right? Sneaking it. And what they're going to do is that they're going to start asking questions. And they're going to ruffle everybody in the school. So I don't know why people, I don't know why these schools are started to doing this thing. So they say they really should have made more of an effort to notify the parents. Definitely. I definitely think that they should have, when they're doing something like that, they should notify their parents or whatever the heck they're doing with their kids. Because I mean, even though the schools are the ones who are actually teaching the schools, the parents are the ultimate responsible, the kids nowadays. And we're the ones who giving instruction to the kids on how they behave. So, school and parents need to have better effort onto what's going on with the education of the kids. That it's not a good thing that the school have done to these kids. On Facebook, another mother called that assembly a joke, which I believe it is. I really do believe that's a joke. She said, wow, just wow. This is actually disgusting. Brauer College. Not at all impressed that you made my son apologize for something he's never done nor considered doing. So as you can see now the virtual signaling that this school systems are doing to the young boys, and pupils are just as angry as their parents. With one male student criticizing the assembly on Snapchat. He wrote, today at Brauer, they made every guy stand up and apologize to girls for rape and sexual assault. Guys go through these as much as girls do. And then they ask, inappropriate. They're talking about the principal here. It says principal of the Warren Bowl School, Jane Boyle, defended the school's intention, but admitted that it had been inappropriate. Of course. And they shouldn't even be defended. Unless it's coming from a higher instruction from hires. Really? How can you defend the undefendable? You're pointing the finger at people that are not, or are young kids that are not at fault at anything. She said the assembly included the screening of the video message by Brisbane Boys College captain Mason Black about being proactive in stopping incident in sexual assault and harassment. Said as part of this discussion, boys were asked to stand as a symbolic gesture of apology for the behavior of the gender that have hurt or offended girls and women. In retrospect, while well intended, quote unquote, we recognize that this part of the assembly was inappropriate. Yeah. Bad things are made up based on good intentions. Really. Well, we tried to do some good. But I am so sorry. It was definitely inappropriate. Of course, it was inappropriate. It came as a Victorian acting premier James Merlino has made teaching consent compulsory in all government schools from next month. Thank you. Previously, schools were not directly told to teach consent, but focus on sexuality and relationship and safety. That is basically what it is. And I don't mind, and this is my contribution here. I don't mind that actually school system take it upon themselves to actually teach students about their sexuality and relationship and safety, and that is a good thing. What is not a good thing is for them to actually take it upon themselves to do these type of stuff. Like, what do you mean, really? Making kids apologizing for things that they have not done. If you have a kid, especially a boy, you nowadays these days you need to beware more than ever. And I'm talking about these single parents more than ever. Need to beware about what the school system is doing with your boys. Anyway, this is all what I have. Don't if you like this video, don't remember to go ahead and click the like button, click the subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content like this, and I will see you in the next one.
Two can play that game.
Because you are a joke. You're a joker.